Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the August meeting of the Hong Kong Study Circle and Hong Kong Philatelic Society. We have several presentations tonight, and without further ado, I would like to start with maybe Adrian. Would you like to start first? Yeah, thank you. I'm just going to stop sharing. Yes, and the meeting is, of course, sponsored by the Inter-Asia Philatelic.
Right. You're muted, Adrian.
Unmute.
Yeah.
There you go. We can hear you now.
You can hear me. Can you see?
Yes.
Okay. Let me just try and get this.
Slideshow
From beginning. There we are. Okay. So Andrew,
yes, look familiar.
You might recognise the one on the right.
Yeah.
Which is your discovery copy of Tientsin, Taipei subtype 2.
Yeah, short sidebar. Yeah.
I picked up the one on the left, which interestingly is postmarked the same date at Victoria.
Yeah.
Same Tientsin transfer postmark date, same arrival date at the French post office, and both the French soldiers.
Yeah.
So these, one having come from Hong Kong, the other from Saigon, were in the same mail. Which is interesting as far as I'm aware. I don't know, Andrew, if there are any others. These are the two.
Yeah.
Now two known.
I think that the longer sidebar is more, the longer, thicker sidebar is much more common than this one.
Yeah. However, the interesting thing is on the reverse of this same postcard, it's been reposted back to the same recipient with another copy of subtype 2. I can't.
Is it the same CDS? You said another copy? Or?
Yes, it is.
It's the same CDS, is it? Yeah.
It is the same CDS.
Oh, okay.
Different date.
Different date, yeah. So it was. It has to be reposted, yeah.
Yeah, it's been reposted. Whether he lost it, whether it was wrongly delivered, I don't know.
Okay.
So it looks as if subtype 2 might have been used to other post offices in Tientsin. So from the British post office to the Chinese, German, Russian post office. So others could exist this is to the French post office, but they could exist to other foreign post offices. That would be interesting if some of those turned up.
Yeah.
So, anyway, interesting.
On actual card or letters, but I gather that more copies have been found, but still very scarce actually on letter or on postcard.
Yes. This was sold actually as a bit of a curiosity because it had been reposted. So I managed to get it quite a reasonable price. Yeah, it was tucked away at the back of an auction.
HMTS Sudan.
Her Majesty's transport ship.
Oh, Her Majesty transport.
It was a P&O vessel that they took over during the war as a transport.
Oh, right.
Yeah, but this is 1907, so maybe it was used for
Boer War, possibly.
Boer War, yeah, with Boer War. Okay, so next I've been collating my various sources to try and work out last recorded dates and earliest recorded dates. So this, I think, is a Hankow type J1A. This will be a new last recorded date. Which was previously August. This takes it out to November.
Mm-hmm.
There was a gap in usage, which I suspect isn't really a gap. It's just that we haven't had reported stamps within that gap, because it seems more likely one postmark or one postmark would be substituted for the other rather than not having any for a period.
Hankow is a funny place because it seems that there are so many postmarks, so many date stamps supplied to the office. I just wonder different types of date stamps. So it could have been quite a busy office requiring several date stamps. And then the inking, of course, some of the earlier types, which are really like diluted with water or whatever, it's blurred, kind of really watery, blurred, and hard.
Yes, you get some very blurred ones.
Yeah. Okay.
So this is the earliest recorded, well, a new earliest recorded date for the type that. The other type J1, J1B.
Yeah.
So this further narrows the gap. And funnily enough, I've also got, so this T report wrapper is the 6th of January.
Yeah.
Sorry, the 5th of January.
Yes.
I've also got a postcard of the 6th of January, which is a much clearer strike, which is shown down there on the bottom right.
Adrian, just for would you like to write a few lines in the next journal? Just because not many study circle members actually go to our Zoom meeting. So for this important information, could you publish in our journal? Just write a few.
Yes, by all means. Yeah.
Yeah. That becomes a record.
Yes, well, that's sort of my point, really. It would probably be quite useful to keep a monograph of the latest and earliest reported dates.
That's right.
For the treaty reports.
Clearly, it's very, very important. Just for the record, maybe. Of course. The idea is if somebody say I've got even earlier on, they'll challenge you with it. But that's how it goes. Otherwise,
yes,
you never know. Whether you have the earliest or somebody has the earliest. Yeah. So everybody just quoting earlier than Webb, which is really sometimes it's not really.
Yes, I have collated various sources. Schoenfeld's good because he updated things.
Yeah. Schoenfeld is about what, 30 years old? The book is.
Yes, it's still 30 years old.
Yeah, it's a long. Yeah.
So it'd be useful somewhere to have
more than 30 years.
Have them recorded.
Yeah.
And what the sources are.
So the journal is searchable. So it's very so people can actually find things easily. Just type Hankow.
Yeah, I found that wonderful, that search
wonderful,
function.
the search,
Yeah. Okay, the next one's another earliest recorded date. This time Shanghai C 2A. Just 12 days earlier than Sang is another source that I've sort of collated to try and find the earliest and latest dates. But again, that's not particularly up to date. And in the same theme, Swatow F1 during the no usage period. It had a big no usage period, December 1909 to May 1915. So this one's January 1915. So that's sort of 3.5 months.
Yeah.
A different subject, and my current my writings have got too big for an article, so they'll have to become a monograph. And this is where I used that search function for the old journals. So I got a few of these stamps, and from Lloyd Austriaco. And HKPNC had a big sale from the King of...
Yes,
of
Dan King. Or, yeah.
Yes.
King.
He had a large number.
Yeah.
From which I picked up another couple. And the right, so there was 3 different postmarks here. There's the most common one, which is Lloyd Austriaco around the top, and the number of the ship at the bottom with the date in the middle. Then there's a later version of that with the name of the ship along the top. So this one in the middle is the SS Austria. Again, the date in the middle, and O.E. Lloyd along the bottom. And then after the war, this shipping line was based in Trieste, and Trieste was ceded by Austria to Italy as part of war reparations. And the shipping line was renamed Lloyd Triestino. And there's another type of postmark that comes up in the 1930s, and this is Exley Scamp, this particular, the right-hand photograph here from a cover. Actually, that bit on the right is where one of the stamps had been cut out of the cover. And this has Lloyd Triestino along the top, the cone type franking, and the name of the ship, which is Conte Rosso, along the bottom. I've only found Conte Rosso, although I'm aware Conte Verdi also applied this route. I've not seen one. So there was an HKSC journal article in 1968 with 16 known items. I've not actually found any of those 16, but I have got the total number of items from this shipping line, including the post-war ones or interwar ones, up to 43. So they remain scarce. But if you have one and you'd like me to add it to the list, or more, ideally, and you'd like me to add it to the list, please email me. I'll happily add it in.
By the way, Adrian, have you managed to come across the timetable of the Austrian Lloyd ships from Alexandria to Trieste?
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
But I have been using the Hong Kong newspaper archive.
Okay.
To help identify some of the ships.
With that wouldn't publish any information from Alexandria, Egypt to Trieste. You see, it's been very, very sketchy. You know, okay, you get a lot of via Trieste mail going to Alexandria, and then from there to Trieste. So that the shipping line seems to be quite busy. But where do you get a timetable? Is some books or something must have published a timetable of the ships.
I've not seen it.
I've been looking for the timetable for several years, but not but without actually locating. Somebody has written a book on it or something. Anyway.
Yeah, there is a book.
There
is. By someone with a very long surname. It's quite old now, but it's still referred to.
All right. Okay. So if you have information.
Yeah, sometimes the Hong Kong newspaper archive is really useful, and I've kept a list of certain ones I've looked up because
the ships, the ships coming to Hong Kong.
If you have the date but not all of the number, you can check out which ship it was. And then you can, yes, so the rest of the number would have been, and that fits.
Right.
So it can help.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
But yeah, please, everybody, send me photos of your Lloyd Austriaco and Lloyd Triestino items.
Right.
This is a curiosity. I don't know if you call it a kiss. But this 28-cent overprint. The bottom of the overprint has touched the paper again. You can see it at the C, the E. Of course, at the N being relatively straight, it's hidden within the original. The T, the S, and the full stop all show a slight duplication.
Could be just the pressure, I think, with the maybe the ink splash, I would say. Not quite, but the W.
Yeah, it looks as if it's just.
Yeah.
The bottom has just touched at an angle, doesn't it?
That's
it's
right.
not a complete.
It's not a complete.
Yeah, it looks as though it touched first, and then they did the proper printing because the bottom.
Maybe
of
it's the other way.
Faint.
Ah, that's true. The bottom of the letters are faint, aren't they? Where
yes, as if the ink's come off.
The ink.
Yeah.
And they lifted it off, and then it's gone back on again.
Yeah, so it's touched first and then been impressed. Yeah, that's interesting. Thanks. Yeah, that hadn't occurred to me. But an interesting curiosity, anyway. And that was it. That's all. That's all I had.
Thank you very much. Yeah, good.
I have pressed stop sharing. Click to exit.
Yep.
Yeah, so I have sent a note for the next magazine asking for those Lloyd Triestino postmarks. So something will appear.
Triestino, I remember.
Yeah.
Triestino.
I think.
Yeah. And
thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks very much. I think the Zoom is actually the Zoom meeting is very good for asking for information, because there will be other actually collectors, not necessarily study circle members, actually watching it, and they might have something for us, hidden, but not necessarily he's a Hong Kong collector behind might have a few odd pieces in his collection that he said, oh no, here is my date is later than your date, and they'll write to us. That's
yeah, I expect quite a lot of those postmarks are sitting in Austrian or other collections.
Exactly. Now other people's non sort of a Hong Kong collector. Right. Thanks very much for doing that. Adrian. So, okay. Any questions you want to ask Adrian about his presentation?
Adrian, I will chat about your Lloyd Triestino talk with John Wilson. I know he has interest in that subject, and he has some covers and some postmarks. He doesn't participate a lot in Zoom. Number one, he's still working, and number two, I don't know, he doesn't have an easy time with technology. But I know he's shown at our B62 meetings, he's shown Lloyd material, and he's trying to study also the timetable when the ships were in Hong Kong or in a treaty port or wherever. So I'll tell him about your interest, and maybe he can share something with you just one-on-one.
That would be great. Yeah, thank you.
That's great. Okay. All right. So any questions? If not, we'll go to Ingo, since he's just spoken. So
okay. Let me share. Before I do it, I just want to say thank you to Duncan for helping me with a couple of covers. Airline routing is not a strength of mine, and I'm working on an exhibit where I need to know a lot about airline routing. So thank you for being a quick responder, Duncan.
Not a problem.
Okay. So I'm going to have a very short little presentation on the revenue uses of King George VI definitive postage stamps. So in after World War II ended and the occupation was cleared out, and Hong Kong started thriving again very quickly after the war. I mean, there was a bit of a mess to be cleaned up, and they had British military administration running the place for the better part of a year or 2 years, actually. And so they'd sometimes run out of revenue stamps, the actual revenue stamps that were printed just for revenue usage, those beautiful large heads of the monarch, whether George V or Edward, George, and George VI. So when they had shortages, they would overprint existing stocks of postage stamps. And I'm going to show a few examples of that. I'm sorry that Philippe Orsetti isn't here, because I did use his beautiful monograph as part of the reference for studying this subject. If you have any interest in revenue, Hong Kong revenues, be sure to download from the Hong Kong Study Circle website Philippe's three-part monograph on Hong Kong revenue stamps. It's very thorough, very well researched, and has amazing material. So the 8-cent stamp it became redundant in 1948 because 8 cents was the rate to China and Macau and Taiwan up until that date of April 1st, 1948. And so then those 8-cent stamps became redundant. There was a lot of usage of the 8-cent stamps post-war or post-liberation. They'd use an 8 and a 2 to make up a 10-cent rate for whatever need there was when there was a 10-cent rate. So there was a lot of them. They had 3 requisitions, and the last requisition, E, was shown, was printed in April 1946. And there was like 82,000 sheets of them printed, according to Halewood. So there's a lot of these stamps around, and only 2 years later, the rate became redundant when the China rate rose to 10 cents. So they had a lot of 8-cent stamps left over, and it was a natural thing for them to use them for overprinting for revenue usage when they had shortages. So here's an example. This is from Halewood. The corner block showing the requisition number, proving that it was requisition E that was overprinted. And there's a document. It's a receipt for somebody who bought some gasoline. I think it's Shell, and they're paying 15 cents receipt fee. I don't know all the Chinese on there, what it means. I also, in particular, couldn't decipher a date. I think there might be a date on there, but I didn't really go into depths of studying what that document is, besides the fact that it's a receipt. So after that, we have the 10-cent King George VI stamp overprinted, and this again was done due to a shortage of receipt stamps or revenue stamps at the time. And what I discovered in this study when I was looking at the stamps, the 10 cent, of course, you have the 2 varieties, the normal one with perforation 14 and the wartime printing from Bradbury Wilkinson 14.5 by 14. Some catalogs say 15 by 14, but when I measure these, 14.5 fits exactly. So this one is the wartime printing. But when I was looking at it, I have a number of these things, not a great deal, but I have about 5 or 10 of them. And I started measuring the perforations, and I found there was a few regular 14 by 14s. So there was requisition C, which this one is from the wartime printing, but there was also some from requisition E, which I don't have an example of here, and I certainly don't have an example of a requisition block. But anyways, this again is a receipt for something. I didn't, again, try to get the translation of what it is. It is 25th of September 1946. So this is pretty reasonably soon after the liberation. Andrew, can you tell me what this receipt is for?
Right. Looks like rent receipt, isn't it?
Rent. Okay. Yeah, that's a very common one. Yeah, I have a lot of these documents.
From the Sayong Choi Street.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of rent receipts that you find these things on.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next one is the 30-cent stamp being overprinted as a receipt stamp. And these, all the ones I've seen were from the wartime printing. Again, the 14.5 by 14 perforations. I don't think any pre-war 30-cent stamps were used in this. I certainly haven't seen any, and Orsetti doesn't talk about that. So here again is a document. This is a receipt for a one set of Philco tube radio deposits. So somebody made a deposit to buy a radio.
Yeah.
It was $100 it cost them, and the receipt cost 10 cents. So they used that overprinted 30-cent stamp. Those 30-cent ones are much scarcer, much harder to find. The 8-cent ones are abundant. The 10-cent ones are neither here nor there, but you do see them around. But the 30-cent ones are a lot scarcer.
I think the printing plate of the receipt stamp is exactly the same. They substitute the denomination in the middle. If you compare the receipt stamp on this one, the previous one, and the 8-cent, it's in the middle. They actually substituted, put something in to make a different thing for overprint.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah.
If you compare, go back a couple of slices and you just compare you see, it looks the same.
Yeah, for the 10-cent, they didn't need to put in a value because it is a 10-cent revenue stamp. Yeah, they have that with the $1 too. Later on, I'll show you a contract note, the same thing.
But the printing
and then here,
exactly the same for the receipt.
Yeah.
The two words, receipt stamp, they just substitute
the
denomination in the middle.
Right.
That's interesting. So that potentially you can have exactly the same whatever. If there's say maybe some error or something, different type of font, so they should carry. I just wonder how big the printing plate is. Is it the same as the complete sheet, or just?
Yeah, on the large multiple that I have from the 8-cent, I looked at those overprints in detail, and they're very, very harmonious. There's no variety that I could find, no major variety. What I did find on this stamp, I found a plate flaw that is, it's not listed, but Nick and I have found about 5 examples of these. A little like these. Yeah. So that's a variety there, but the variety of there are some varieties of the overprint in the terms of the positioning. So for the 8-cent, they didn't bother to position it so that the word 8 cents would be covered, whereas on the 30-cent, they positioned it so that the word stamp covers up 30 cents, so that there can be no confusion.
Philippe is here.
So then we go to contract notes, and contract notes, they had several varieties of how they did the overprint. This 10 cent on $1, they have contract note 10 cents, but they also have contract 10 cents note on this document fragment. So they had those two varieties, and Orsetti lists those varieties and notes which ones they have them for. So it turns into quite a complex issue when you look at the varieties. And again, for the $1 contract note, they don't have to put in a value because they just leave the value of what the original postage was.
Mm-hmm.
So this fragment, obviously, I can't tell what it's from, but still, it's a nice mixed usage. You have a $1 and then 5 10 cents, and then also the $4 of the actual revenue issue.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a nice mixed franking, if you want to call it that.
So it's 10 cents, 20 cents, 50 cents, and $1. So that's the 4 denominations.
Yeah.
Or on
in 2 varieties of how they call it.
Yeah.
So it ends up being 10 different ways 9 different ways. The $1 would not have the variety, but the 10, 20, and 50 would have the variety of either contract / value / note or contract / note / value.
So it's from two
So these are fun. I mean,
really fun.
Yeah.
And then also the base stamp as well, because one's from requisition C and one from C. So requisition is Z.
Yes, that's right.
Is that the C?
Yeah. Oh, and right. And
paper or something. Yeah. I can't remember.
That's right. And I didn't study the paper of the ones I have. I have a really hard time figuring out chalky paper, but that's a subject for another discussion.
Yeah.
But in Orsetti's monograph, one of his dollar overprints, I forget which value it is, has the short R.
Oh, okay.
So you can find plate varieties on the overprints, like I found on the 8 cents. So that is a lot of fun.
Mm. Mm.
And that's about it. I do have, these are now unoverprinted. It's the usage of definitives for revenue purposes. So a registration fee here is a $25 registration fee being paid using the existing definitives of the time in 1950. And this is for sale of a house or a property. I don't know if it's a house, but it's a property being sold. And in Orsetti, there's a document exactly like this with a different date and a much different configuration of postage stamps being used as registration fees, but it's the exact same document, different number. So these obviously came out from a certain holding and they're around, but they're fun to have. And I've never seen any of these with the pre-war definitives, but Orsetti says that pretty well all the George VI definitives have been found to be used. So I haven't seen the pre-war ones, but it's a fun thing to collect.
Well, it goes very well in the George VI. You have an exhibit of George VI. It goes very well into the usages of the stamps as well as revenue.
Yeah, I'm definitely planning to do a major George VI, either monograph or maybe even exhibit, to go into all the different aspects of the era and the stamps.
Yes.
So this would definitely be part of it.
Good. Bravo.
The trouble is when if you're showing postal history and adhesives and, social kind of history, and if you then add revenues, I don't know what the judges would say, but I remember being scolded for putting a revenue stamp in a traditional exhibit because, hey, it's only stamps. You're not supposed to show revenues, was the feedback.
Yeah, but these are actual postage stamps used as the revenue. So these are accepted as the usage of the stamp. Yeah. But obviously, if you put a fiscal stamp, it doesn't work. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, what I would do is put it into a social philately class or open class or something like that, rather than, either traditional or post history. But like I say, I think my first inclination is to just write a monograph on the era, rather than getting into the whole thing of exhibiting, where you got to follow a lot of rules that you may or may not agree with.
Well, Ingo, you still owe us about the presentation of your QE2, the Wilding definitive presentation, solo presentation.
Yes, I
exhibit in the Macau.
Yeah, I just got it back from Macau, and thank you
So when
for.
you want to do it, let me know.
Yeah, okay. I was. Oh, there's Philippe. Sorry that I missed you, Philippe. Yeah. So for the.
Yeah.
For the.
I have a problem with my screen. I don't know what's happening. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Did you see any of my show that I just did? I showed the overprinted revenues.
Yes, in the last 10 minutes, I have seen it.
Okay.
Do you see my video?
No, we did. We just see we hear you, but we don't.
Okay, because I want to show something. I don't know what's going on there. Start video. No, when I start video, I got a very strange logo there.
Yeah, it's an eye crossed out.
Yeah, that's right.
We can't see
I
you.
don't know why. Anyway, the things you referred to back in, it's an old document, but I put it on the Hong Kong Study Circle website. But at the same time, for myself, I printed a book from Amazon. It's very easy. You put on Amazon your document, and you ask for one copy, and they send you one copy, and it's pretty cheap. Now, I don't know if it is available on Amazon or not, but if you go on Amazon.com, you put my name, and you may see it's a very big book. It's horizontal format, and I wish I could show it to you now, but it has 120 pages. So it is in color, hard copy. So I don't know if it is available or not, but if you're interested, it's easier to get it on Amazon than making photocopy from the Hong Kong Study Circle website.
Okay, that's good to know. I'm going to order one for our library.
Yeah, and again, I don't know if it is available or not, but it may or may not. I've not checked.
Okay, if it's not available, I'll get back to you, and maybe you could reprint one yourself.
Yeah, exactly. I may. So check and let me know what's happening there.
Yeah,
because it's a very nice document. It was very well printed on a brilliant paper, hard copy, and it's a nice reference book. Okay,
well, also
sorry.
the contents are brilliant. The varieties that you show, and the depth of telling the story completely, it just blew me away. It made me become a part-time revenue collector. Just so much nice material. I want some of it.
Yeah, they are hard to find. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, any questions to Ingo? No. All right. So, thank you, Ingo, for your nice presentation. And shall we move on to Susan, who's got a few things to share?
Can't find the arrow. Where's the arrow? Can't find the arrow. There we are. There it is. And
Clicked on it.
slideshow from the beginning. There we go. I wasn't able to attend the last meeting, but I did watch the recording and was interested to hear what you were saying, Andrew, about the Sham Shui PO labels and some of them being incorrect. I've come across some too. Oops. This is part of my listing of the different Sham Shui PO labels. They're not all here, but I've marked two of them that are incorrect. The top one, they've got PO in capital letters rather than lowercase, suggesting that the printer thought PO was post office. And the one below is one that I don't think that you showed, and it's got PO in capitals with a space between, which makes it a very obvious post office rather than PO. Which does suggest that they weren't printed locally, that they were probably printed in Britain, where they wouldn't know the name Sham Shui PO. The first one is known, or I have it recorded used in August 1960, and the second one in use in 1973. So it would appear to be a recurring error, and they frequently had this problem. They were using other labels at the same time that were correctly done, but obviously from time to time the wrong ones came. This is an example of a cover with the Sham Shui PO label, just to show you its use in 1973. And that's it, just a little follow-up from that.
Okay. Well, if anybody's got further examples of that, then please let us know. It's fascinating that probably some people have examples in the collections, but they have yet to share their knowledge. Yes, Simon, you got something to share, or you want to?
No, not this time.
Okay, all right. Maybe it's my turn. Okay, right. Okay, so so I just want to. Well, it's nothing new, but I just want to show you some Wilde Cup entries. You probably I don't know whether you have received your journals. Have you received the journals in Canada yet?
Not the hard copy.
Not the hard copy.
They take the mail. The mail is slow, but a lot of us get it in soft copy, so I've seen it.
I see. So it's about maybe 10 days ago that I posted it. So it probably might take maybe a couple more days before you receive the hard copy. How about in the UK? Susan, have you received any the hard copy? Susan?
I got the hard copy.
You got a hard copy. Okay, so it's safe to say that I think all the ones to Europe have arrived. Anyway, so I don't know how many of you have read the newsletter, but just have a recap, because we've got a meeting coming up in Repton. Then we have some voting to do. We have 4 Wilde Cup entries. There's only one entry for the Web Cup, which is obviously from Adrian, and congratulations, and you are the automatic winner. But for the Wilde Cup, there are 4 contenders. So I just want to say a few things, and if you haven't actually got journals, you might not know what they are. But they are on the website as well. But not many people actually go onto the website. But anyway, okay, the first entry is a 2-cent sideways watermark postage due it's a sideways watermark but sideways inverted. So normally you can actually see the back of the stamp, the crown actually is pointing this direction, pointing to the left. But this one is pointing right, which means you can call it sideways inverted. Stanley Gibbons has not recorded this variety on his latest edition. So this is actually dated. I can't read it. Maybe 1930 maybe. I can't remember. It's hard to read the year, but you can safely read it's 18th of March here. So so this is entry number 1, which is an inverted sideways inverted watermark of the 2-cent due.
Andrew,
yes.
If you want to see if you can decipher the date, there's an app online called Postmark Reveal. Do you know about that?
Nope. Could you send me?
Okay, Postmark Reveal. Just Google Postmark Reveal. It's a website where you put in an image of your stamp, and it processes it into 50 different ways of seeing it in black and white and with the color and all different parts of it coming up. And you can usually decipher things from it.
All right.
If it's not there, it won't show up, but it's a really handy thing.
That's cool.
Postmark Reveal.
Okay, thanks. Okay, good. We'll see whether we can sort it out. Okay, the second entry, it's a cover with the bisected 10-cent anigoni, and it apparently is a unique example of the bisected 10-cent, and I couldn't find any official directives from the post office authorizing the usage. So this could be just an official use. And then it explains here why it actually went through. It got postmarked. Maybe it was with a pile of letters, and then it was just kind of slipped through the machine. But nevertheless, I think, according to the person who entered this this example is the only known example of the bisected 10-cent. Okay, we go to the third entry, which is a parcel post receipt with the stamps, and then it's usually you find. I think most of the items I've seen with the parcel post is cancelled. The stamps are cancelled with the Hong Kong PP parcel post, a large double ring CDS. But this one's actually has a Kowloon, so. Presumably, the parcel was accepted at the Kowloon branch office, and according to the person who entered this one, this is a new find. Okay, so all right, so we go to the next. So the fourth entry is that you can see is a letter E, index E, facing the opposite direction. So I think we have seen, we have recorded the index D facing the opposite direction, but this could have been the first one with the index E reversed. So this is another interesting entry. So with the 4 entries, please send your vote. If you want to vote by email to me or to Ingo before the meeting on September the 5th. Or you can, if you're happening to be in the UK, or you want to go to Repton for the meeting, please go there and vote for any one of the entries. Okay, so these are the details. So this is actually a special meeting. So this year is the 50th anniversary of the first study circle meeting at Repton, and there will be a celebratory buffet lunch, I think, probably organized by Nick Burrell. If you're happening to be in the UK at the time, please go there. I've been to when I was in the UK, I went to the Repton meeting several times, and it's a jolly good meeting. And afterwards, everybody go to the pub for lunch. So and then we have a second part of the meeting afterwards. It's a very nice time and a place to meet on a Saturday. So please go there if you happen to be there, and cast your vote by either by email or I've already received several people voting by email already. So I think Ingo probably has received some too. So
I have a few, and I agree that we should encourage people to vote. Unfortunately, the study circle has a lot of people who just don't participate for the Web Cup and Wilde Cup votes. Nick used to tell me when he was doing it, he was lucky if he got 5 votes. So let's get a nice, robust competition going.
Yeah. I think with that's why I especially want to do this one on Zoom. So maybe the people who watch the meeting would like to have the fun of voting. So anyhow, hopefully we get more than 5 this time. I certainly have received about 4 votes already. So from various people. Anyhow, so. Yeah, let's go to the next. These are just really amateur forgeries that present themselves on the internet. Really, really bad forgeries. With everything printed on the wrong paper, and perforations awful. It looks like a lithograph printing and a fake S1. It's a kind of fun item, but I think that the seller is quite convinced that they're genuine. So anyway, they put a big price on them. So anyway, there's another one with a $2. It looks like either corner copy or something with a fake Shanghai postmark as well. Okay, now we come to some bargains that appear recently on the internet. Fuchao double ring, always very delightful to find in a mixed Hong Kong collection, and it used to fetch quite a bit of money, but this seems quite reasonable for that. It's very scarce postmark on stamps, and even better, you have it on a piece or on a cover. So that's the recent one that's sold recently, and the one, the Jubilee with the tall K, I'm pretty sure that it's a private sale, so it's always a danger. Well, it's always it was sold for $20 US, which seems very, very, very cheap. So I just wonder whether they actually, despite the corner fault, I mean, I just wonder whether the seller actually put a reserve on it, and it didn't sell at all. So, but it's nice tall K Jubilee, used on the first day as well. So it's very nice, even if there's a slight corner fault. The other one is this incoming cover from Exeter to Hong Kong via Southampton, and we were sold for £202 on the internet. But interestingly, looking at the front, it's not really remarkable. But if you look at the back, there's a Hong Kong paid CDS as an arrival in black. So this is obviously used in error. It just got picked up, and then dip it in the wrong ink pad and use it as an arrival. Which is a nice find. And then the bottom one is another. It's not a bargain if it's a Singapore to Hong Kong, but if you look at it, Hong Kong to Shanghai is an absolute bargain for £250. So with the double ring marine sorter on the back. Right. Okay. Right. So is your subscription time. The subscription form will be sent out in the next issue of the journal in October. But of course, you can pay your dues anytime, and we haven't the dues is exactly the same. Is £30 or $40 US, and if you want an e-copy of the journal, it's only £15 or $20. So payment is by check or cash or a direct bank transfer or by PayPal, and then you can send your money or contact Rob Newton at his email. Okay, so the society needs your money. Okay. Anyway, I think that's all I have to say. I think. Okay. So thanks a lot. Remember to pay your dues. All right. So I'll stop sharing. Okay. So good. Any other news or anything? People like to say? No. Okay. So Simon, you got anything you want to say? You got any major things coming up, major articles, or well? Thank you for always thank you for your contributions to the journals and things. It's very
These days, as usual, in the later half of the year, I am always busy preparing for the article for the coming journal, and if you have read my article in the journal of this year, then you probably may know that I'm going to write part 2 of my article of the 1945-1946 Japanese occupation of Hong Kong, and then this liberation and revival. And frankly, this period from the surrender of the Japanese through the year to the revival of the Hong Kong, including the Hong Kong post office, and there's a lot of things to write about. But on the other hand, there's so many information that are missing, so many uncertainties, so many complicated things that I need to sort out. And maybe in the due course, I may ask someone for help, especially Ingo, and I know you are an expert in that area. Of course, Richard is not here today, and I'm always communicating with Richard about the part of the history. And I know that in Ingo's exhibit, there are a few brilliant items that may be useful to my articles. And I may seek your help, and maybe I may like to use 1 or 2 of your excellent covers, and I hope you may allow me to use it. But of course, I'll write you an email afterwards.
Simon, welcome. Just send me the ones you want. Send me an email, and I'm happy to share. No problem.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, and I would like to share a little bit. During the course of doing research and study of this period, and in fact, I really find out very interesting information about that part of the postal history that nobody has written about. Perhaps some of you, like for example, like Richard or Ingo, may have some information and bits and pieces, but what I'm going to do is to try to write a rather complete history, maybe on a more macro scope, and then fit in the micro scale of the postal part into that macro history. Then I hope that can find more audience, no matter his interest only in postal history or in a more macro scale. And that's the last part of my project in mind. And then after completing this liberation and survival, then maybe I will go on, and maybe in collaboration with John Tang and some other Japanese occupation experts to write about the 3 years and 8 months. That will be the second part, I hope so. And then the third part will be the pre-war thing, the 1941 thing. That's a very big project. I hope I can complete it in a few years' time.
Good. I'm so glad that it's keep you occupied for several years.
but you know, go on.
This sounds like a monograph in the making.
Yeah.
I think that maybe if I can complete it, maybe more than that. It will be a book of many pages.
Yeah.
Good. We're looking forward to see it.
I look forward to it.
yeah, I hope I have enough time and resources to do it. And yeah, let's see. You know, I have different collecting interests, and I'm still like to work on something like the official pay and postage pay postmarks, and then the branch offices, etc. And yeah, I hope I have more time and energy to do it.
Good. Well, good. So at least we shall see, you know, plenty of new things and new finds, and I think in near future. Okay, so anything you wish to say? Any more comments or anything? Otherwise,
actually, I do want to say to Simon, I've been catching up reading the older Hong Kong Philatelic Society journals. Andrew kindly brought them to Boston. I didn't get any since 2019. So Andrew brought me a big bag full of all the old ones. And I'm reading, I just finished 2021, and now I'm on 2022, and I'm reading your postage paid studies. That is so fascinating. Thank you for doing that research. I've got a new rabbit hole now because I have some postage paid covers and pieces. So I'm anxious to look at my collection and compare them to your studies. But
yeah,
you know, reading older HKPS journals, what a revelation. I'm so sorry I missed them because for whatever reason. But anyways, it's nice to catch up now and read them. So I'm on 2022. I'm just getting up to 23, 24, 25. So I'm taking my time reading them because there's so much in there. It's amazing stuff. Yeah. And I promised PC Shaw that I would contribute starting this year.
Good.
Yeah, thank you, Ingo, and thank you for your time in reading my article in details. And in fact, I tried to save the time of our busy collectors. And in fact, I've done a summary table in the last part of my series of that article, and I have listed all the types of the postage or official pay marks, the days and the types, etc. And yeah, please do. Please check against your collection if you have any days or any types that you couldn't find in my record. Then please let me know. I'm really happy to update it.
Will do.
Good. All right. So if no further news or any comments, well, I wish you all and a pleasant evening or afternoon or morning, and I'll see you next time. Okay. Thank you very much for attending.
Thanks for doing it, Andrew.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.
Goodbye.
It's good night from Hong Kong.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Okay.